Hi there, this is Mark, and I am here at home. And Tuna's chilling next to me, and we're going to do the reading from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. And this is a long one for August 26th. And the topic is Who has been feeding you all these days? One of my very first teachers was Sadhu Swamigal of Palani in South India. Palani. I spent several years with him in the very beginning of my spiritual life. He was a great Siddha, which is a spiritually accomplished one, and he was a great tantric yogi. Pure tantric yoga means doing upasana of the deities. Upasana means sitting next to God. When you use yantras and mantras, you are using tantra. It's a sort of internal worship with total devotion. He was a great person, and he had that kind of close communication with God. Very often at night, we would hear him quietly talking to God, almost like a friend. His main deities were Lord Maruga and the bountiful goddess mother Annapurna. He did upasana of Annapurna because he wanted to feed everyone. Even today, long after he left his body, his ashram still feeds thousands of people every day at Palani Hill. All the spiritual seekers and pilgrims around just go there and eat. We never knew where the provisions were going to come from, but they always came. Often rich people would come and give money to the ashram and say, "I want to feed 2,000 people today in memory of my father," or something like that. Of course, the ashram had huge vessels, and the people who contributed the money would themselves come and serve. But one day, as we were about to retire, the person in charge of the provisions came and told myself and another Swami, "The food's all gone. We cannot even make gruel for tomorrow. There's not even a single grain of rice. We don't know what to do." Swamiji was sitting there on the veranda talking to some people. We went there, wringing our hands. "What is the matter?" he asked. "Swamiji, there is a crisis." "Ha! What is the crisis?" "There's not even a single grain of rice for tomorrow." He laughed and laughed. "Oh, I see. Terrific. What are you going to do?" "We don't know." "I see. Well, who has been feeding you all these days?" "Muruga, Annapurna. If you deserve it, you will be fed again tomorrow. Don't worry. Go to sleep." That's all he said. If you deserve it, you will get your food. And we simply had to go and retire. At 12 o'clock midnight, a farmer from the next village came and knocked at the door. When we opened it, we saw 2 cartloads of rice bags. The farmer said, "I was just falling asleep when I had a dream. A beautiful lady dressed all in white appeared to me and said, 'Get up and take some rice to Sadhu Swamigal's ashram. Go right away. They need rice for tomorrow.'" I didn't have the courage to question her. I simply put the rice in the carts and brought it here at once. Imagine how we felt. Many times it happened, many times. We should have that kind of total trust in God. We should know that if God is going to provide for us, He will provide. We don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I mean, that's a kind of faith that this great sadhu had, because he's tapped in and is able to share that with these other people from this ashram. But even all the people in the ashram who practice regularly and are dedicated to the teachings can easily get caught up in the daily issues happening. And so yeah, it's helpful to hear a reading like this, to have a context, and then think about where can we apply that in our own life, where a certain news might lead us towards having panic or fear or worry. But is that because we think we have to be in charge of everything and make sure everything's going a certain way? And I think the reason we probably do is because we do see a lot of a lot of things happen that we feel we could have prevented, or we feel our actions could have made it worse or better. So there is a sense of that we have some power in this, and it's up to us to really take control, take charge. And I think about today here in San Francisco, there was a peaceful march, and it went well. And it was just a feeling of being called to do that, to help send out a message. There was a possibility of there being more of a negative rally in the city, and or a clash between two sides. And it didn't happen today. But I know for some of the people who were talking about this, there was a lot of fear going into today. I don't think so much in the past couple of days, but certainly a week ago, 2 weeks ago, when there was news about this happening, and I think a lot of people were thinking this was a really bad thing coming up. And I think that's like these two people in this story, when they came to say, "Oh no, there's no rice, there's nothing left," that happens to us. We aren't that realized where we can, for the most part, have that kind of calm and serene. But I think that when we can see different things happen and order of events happen, we start to learn. I think we can grow and develop these practices that help us start to have more faith. Like, oh, it kind of worked out, instead of staying all wound up for 2 weeks, having this horrible experience, maybe even like moving out of town, and then, oh, actually, it was a beautiful day today. So it's interesting because it's all about the mind, and the mind can get completely wound up and make some decisions that because we think we're in control. And I don't know, it's somehow that's just how we're built. And until we know we can reach out for some other greater resource that causes things to happen for certain reasons, we do that. So this story helped me though to think about that and consider there are always other options. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. And Tuna's just quietly laid out here, and see if I can scoot this over here. Let's see little Tuna. There she is. Okay, bye.